open your eye. Blessings and love to you, my people. So I want to bring a message to you, yeah? And for me personally, this message is very important, for everybody. But before I press record, I'm thinking, about my brothers, all of the men, the young ones coming up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to give you this message, and I'm going to take my time and I'm going to think real deep because I want to give you the message in as fullness, as much as I possibly can, you know what I'm saying? So you can understand my point. So I'm going to bring it back now and I'm going to say, I talk about a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like the mind, spirit, soul, life force energy, sexual energy, the world, history, stories, like, the past and things that, as human beings, sometimes we just totally like miss. When I say miss, is like, when they say the truth is in plain sight, or things are in like plain sight, but we don't see it because it's so there, like that it's hard to see. So in this segment, I'm going to be talking about sexual energy, life force energy, and how important it is, whether you're being celibate, whether semen retention, I want to show my brothers especially how important and how powerful, it truly is when you treat it like it's valuable and it's powerful. And it is the reason why each and every one of us is able to listen to this message, because we have life. And without the energy of intimacy and life force, like none of us will be alive. So just by saying that, that's how important it is, because we are all here because of it. But anyway, this is to my brothers, innit? To everybody, but when I thought of this, I was thinking of my brothers like differently, innit? And I'm gonna bring it back now. So, you could say man's from the ends. Do you know what I mean? Man lived that life. Not to say like raw, but man lived. Anybody that knows me, they know, the past, what I was on, how I was, like you was around me, like hustling, that kind of, you know what I mean, without going too much into it. And the reason why that kind of fits into the life, because remember, discipline, that's the first thing in it, is discipline. And I'm saying, like, in the end, it's like, barbecues, parties, like, rah, that girl, like, oh, she looks good, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's almost like you're not looking at a woman in the right way. Like, in the ends, man them's looking at women like, rah, man just want to release their energy. Man's not really thinking about all the other aspects of it. It's deeper than that. I want you to open your mind up and realize that's your energy, your life force energy. So I'm just trying to say is that in the ends, we just look at it as what we've been taught for it. Like, like look on the TV, social media, how it promotes women. Like, not all, but the majority, is to create lust. The gold, the jewels, the money, greed. Like, have more, have more. Lust for that, lust for, like, you know what I'm saying? And straight away, that energy that I'm talking about is under attack. But you might not see it because you feel like you enjoy those desires. What I'm saying is that the world is attacking you for you not to see what I'm, discipline. Because the reason why I'm bringing these things up, because I know how the environment is, and I know how I used to be in the environment, because it made me away. Like, if something keeps getting drawn to you, it's going to take you to be disciplined to say no to that, or to be different, or to change, or to transform, or to evolve. But it's hard to evolve when your whole environment's a certain way and you see that same certain way, so it's going to make you that certain way. What I'm saying to my brothers is that it's not what you see that you need to follow. It's the things that you don't see you need to search for and understand. You know what I mean? Because the ends high fives, man, for beating that thing. If, like, you know what I'm saying, it's, you know, oh, wow, man, beat that thing, that sexy, you know, like, it's high fiving you, but it's for man to wake up and say, you know what? It's not about the way he was raised. It's about learning a new way. Because the reason why I'm even saying all of this, yeah, because I'm going to say this now, is that when you value your life force energy and your sexual energy, it raises the energy within you to get you to a point where you think in a different way, because you see something different, even though what you're looking at isn't what you're thinking. What I'm saying is that by valuing your energy, it's almost like it works for you. Your thoughts are more higher. Your consciousness is more higher. You're more disciplined. You're not looking at a woman as just how, you know, you're looking at it more from a point of enlightenment. You know, like, it's almost like you're no longer feeding the flesh. You're feeding the soul. And when you start feeding your soul, the things that you used to know no longer look the same. Because by being disciplined and valuing yourself, it does more than you could ever know. It puts you in a place spiritually where the things that keep people stuck, life after life after life after life, you can rise above. Because what keeps people stuck, my people, is their desires and the discipline to not be disciplined in what you interact with. So people drinking ends up suppressing and oppressing their life. Smoking suppresses and oppresses your life. You know, being women, you know, messing up your life and suppressing and oppressing your life. But when you're disciplined, the things that you draw towards yourself or that you're drawn to, you shape because of your energy. Because if something's not right around your energy and you're disciplined, you see what I mean? You're going to draw yourself away, and everything will be sculptured by what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to reject, because it's not. You see what I mean? So I'm just trying to show you is that your sexual energy is powerful, for one, and valuing it is another thing. But the thing about being on a higher consciousness, you're automatically going to be disciplined, because that's how you get to that point. And being in that energy of valuing your energy, your life force, your sexual energy, you'll realize what it does for you. When people say more energy, it doesn't give you more energy straight away, but it definitely helps you to tap into a higher frequency for you to even be the way that you are thinking. And it's not something that's going to come straight away. It's something that will come with time, and you will notice it. It's not that, for example, you've got mad amounts of energy. It's that the energy is now different. it just has you different. Like, you don't see people for the flesh no more. You see them for their energy and who they are. And you're able to tap into that because you're valuing that life. Like, think of it, it's just common logic, Chef. This is so common, but I'm gonna make it clear for you, is that my mum and dad being intimate is the reason why I'm here. My dad releasing his seed into my mum is the reason why I'm here. So I'm trying to show you as a man, every time you release your seed, you're releasing me and you. You're releasing another being. You're releasing another soul. You know, you're releasing another mind. You're releasing another heart. You're releasing another person that can release and create another person. You're releasing the future. You're releasing the past. Like, you're releasing your soul. You're releasing your DNA. You're releasing your complexion. You're releasing your looks. Because if that was to go into a woman's womb, that's what it's going to create. So think of it like that, and then it'll make sense that being, very, disciplined and realizing how valuable it is, by holding that in, that's what you're giving back to yourself. You're giving back to yourself, and allowing yourself to have that energy to grow within self, create consciousness, awareness, more energy, thoughts on a higher vibration, on a higher frequency. Deep what I'm saying, because we're not reaching our full potential or fulfilling our purpose, because we don't know ourselves, because we keep releasing ourselves. It's deep. And when you look at the hood, is there discipline sexually? Would you say? And also, I'm not even going to go too deep into it, but like alcohol and, getting high, it weakens our consciousness. It makes us susceptible to not being disciplined, to not seeing the value of you, yourself, your energy. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes the problem isn't what we think it is. It's the fact that the more that we love ourselves is the more love we're going to reflect to the world. And by wasting your energy, it's not loving yourself, but it's not hating yourself in a way that you can see. Do you see what I mean? You wouldn't see wasting your energy as a form of self-hate because it feels good to you, to your body. But what is it doing to your soul? And I just want, the world, my brothers, to really start seeing your seed and your sexual energy as a power, as something that is amazing, something that shouldn't be wasted, something that should be rewarded to the right woman, to the right person. Vice versa, women, same thing, But that's what I'm saying, my people. Don't waste yourself because it's deeper than what you think. Your consciousness could be higher. If you just loved yourself, look within, and have more discipline. But anyway, my people, I'm going to leave it as that, yeah? There's so much more I'm probably going to remember once I press the button and it's over, but understand how powerful you are. And your true powers is right in front of your face. But it's not what you think is going to make you powerful. if I said I've got a magic wand, like, and if you wave it, it's gonna make you like you're more rather that, because it's the mind thinks, but no, your true power, you're wasting it every day, and you're, you know, some people waving it like, oh, now I'm joking, but you know what I'm saying, like your sexual energy is serious, my people. But yeah, man, that's the message, you know. Hope it helps. Hope it gives you something that you didn't have before you heard it, you know. But anyway, my people, open your eyes. So